Thinking back on when I was a child, growing up, there were many life experiences that I had that stuck with me. As it relates to entertainment, uh, there were many television shows that I watched as a child, as did many of us that we grew fond of and accustomed to back in the late 60s, early 70s, and 80s. Petticoat Junction, Beverly Hillbillies, F Troop, Mannix, Dan August, the television series Kung Fu with David Carradine. Uh, then there was the Mod Squad, the television show with Diane Carroll, who's deceased now, Julia. And there was just a plethora of television shows that entertained us coming up. And in addition to that, there were also musicians, singers, entertainers. Uh, Richard Penniman, that most of us know as Little Richard. He made a couple songs very famous and popular during pop culture. He was very significant, that is, in pop culture. To this very day, his name will always be at the top of the list. Good Golly, Miss Molly, and Tutti Frutti were two of his claims to fame in his archive of works. It's interesting. He was very flamboyant, very talented, charismatic man. And I only found out about a year ago that he was actually ill. And I found out this year that he had passed away. After about 7 decades of performing, his musical genius happened to be looking on YouTube at some other videos, and I saw this one on the screen, and they mentioned his name, and I said, that doesn't look like the Little Richard that I know. So I checked the video out, and he was in a church testifying about his relationship with Jesus, with God, Yeshua. And I don't know how to say this other than just to be straightforward. I was moved. Little Richard, as I said, led a very seemingly complicated life outside of entertainment. And I'll leave it at that. But it was a beautiful thing to see this man not only sitting in a wheelchair on stage, but testifying about finding God and how good God was, the Creator was to him. So surreal to me because I had seen him in another light most of my life. And I was so happy for him. So proud of him to see that he made a connection. And you know, I learned a long time ago, it doesn't matter what time we come. The most important thing is that we come. And that's in reference to our relationship with the Almighty. Some come in the ninth hour, some come in the 12th hour, the 11th hour, the 5th hour. But the most important thing is that you come. In other words, that you find your purpose in life and you make the connection with He who gives life. And consequently, Him who also takes life and can give it back to you. But anyway, I just wanted to make a note in this short video and say that Little Richard was one of those lights in my life. You see, when you're a child and you have certain television programs that you come up with around the 70s and the 80s, it's all you have. When you have certain music that you listen to around that time, that's all that you have. Certain entertainers that you become acquainted with during those years, it's all that you have. And as you begin to age yourself, get older, and these stars begin to pass away, you really, truly appreciate how much they affected your life when you were much younger, and how much you appreciate them for being there. Little Richard was one of those guys, one of those gentlemen. And I'm so happy at how his life ended. Him acknowledging that God is real at the age of 87. That's a wonderful thing. I would love to see 87. Wouldn't you? This is Brother Teacher. Thank you for listening to my rant. Take care.